My name is Tim O'Connor, Director of Student Services in Spencerport. We thought it would be helpful to create a series of brief videos summarizing the most recent changes in the guidance and mitigation strategies issued earlier this month by New York State. The lifting of the mask mandate for schools has been widely communicated, and we are pleased with how well our students and staff have transitioned to a masking optional format. Given the sharp decline with COVID-19 infection and transmission rates, New York State also issued updated guidance around isolation and quarantine. Before we provide specifics, it is important to understand the difference between isolation and quarantine. Isolation is used to separate people with confirmed positive or suspected positive COVID-19 from those who do not have it. Quarantine separates and restricts the movement of people who were exposed to monitor if they become sick. Isolation. A student or staff member who tests positive for COVID-19 must stay home and isolate for 5 days. They may return to school on days 6 through 10 with the use of a well-fitted mask if their symptoms are improving and they are fever-free. If a student or staff member is unable to tolerate a mask on days 6 through 10, they must remain home for the full 10 days of isolation. The New York State Department of Health recommends that anyone exposed to COVID-19 should test immediately after the known exposure and again on day 5. School nurses can help facilitate this testing if necessary, or an at-home rapid antigen test can be used. As stated earlier, masking, regardless of vaccination status, is strongly recommended for 10 days after a known exposure. Quarantine. Anyone 12 or older who is vaccinated and boosted does not need to quarantine after a close contact with someone COVID positive. Additionally, anyone who has had confirmed COVID within the past 90 days does not need to quarantine after a confirmed exposure. There are changes to quarantine in a school setting. Students and staff previously required to quarantine if unvaccinated now may attend school and school-based activities if they undergo the recommended testing. Symptoms. If a student or staff member starts to exhibit COVID-19 symptoms, please stay home and administer an at-home rapid COVID-19 test. For purposes of returning to school, we are now able to accept negative test results from an at-home rapid antigen test for symptomatic individuals. If the result of that test is positive, please contact your healthcare provider and report the positive test to the Monroe County Department of Public Health by completing the positive COVID-19 test reporting and isolation order request form. This form is located in multiple locations on our website. If the at-home test result is negative, the person is fever-free for 24 hours, and their symptoms are improving, then they may return to work or school. As always, any students who exhibit symptoms during the school day should visit their school nurse. All students who enter the health office will be offered a mask. The school nurse will assess symptomatic students and may offer a rapid COVID-19 test with parental consent. Parental consent will consist of a written affirmation via email to the school nurse. Notification. Notification of COVID cases will now be included in each principal's message and will be school-specific and look much like our existing weekly district update. It is important to note that we can and will conduct individualized contact tracing when we are aware of exposures to immunocompromised individuals, but the general notification will come in the form of weekly updates by school building. Spencerport will continue to post a district-wide summary of weekly positive cases on the homepage of our website. We do encourage our families to also visit the COVID section of the website to locate answers to any questions or for the most up-to-date information.